Hey, what's up guys? This is Retro here, and today I'm super excited to show you my Huntress one button play build. And this is at level 40. It's all about raw damage. We're not really messing around with too much evasion because the whole goal here is just to smack monsters so hard that they go down in just about one hit. Now, I'll be real, bosses can be a little tough with this setup, and I'm still tweaking things to just see what sticks. It might not be perfect for everyone, but it's working for me, and I'd love to share my skill tree, my gear, just to see how it's all coming together. So let's dive right in. Alright, first things first, we're rocking a Fort Spear. Yeah, it's only level 27, but don't sleep on it. As long as you got some decent lightning damage slapped on there and it's hovering around 100 DPS, you're going to be cooking. The lightning damage is key. It's what helps makes those one-shots pop off, because all the lightning damage that we have, it scales off a lot of our support gems. And we do have a +2 to all projectile skills, so that's around like 7% per each level of increased damage. This does really help since we're only playing like a one button build. We need as much damage as possible. So, but it does hurt your mana a little bit, and it could really hurt when you're facing bosses. It's a long drawn out battle. You're pressing your mana flask a lot. But other than that, this is a press one button, you watch them drop kind of vibe, and I've been loving it so far. For my Ascendancy, I went with the Ritualist. Why? Because of the extra ring slot. More gear, more power, right? I'm not 100% sold on this being my ultimate endgame pick, though. I think it's cool for now, but I'm wondering if the Amazon might have been a safer bet. Possibly some better survivability, maybe some extra oomph for tougher fights. But this is still like a testing phase, so we'll see how it holds up when I start hitting those late game walls. If any of you guys have any thoughts on this, drop them in the comments. I'm all ears. But for now, Ritualist is keeping me in the game. Looking at my amulet, I'm getting some extra spirit there, so it helps me decide on some extra spirit gems I can put on, like possibly like the beast taming. So, but I'm not using that right now. But let's talk about more of the gear that I'm using. So my helmet, it's a super basic evasion helmet. Nothing fancy here, but pro tip, just focus on resistances. Get those bad boys capped out if you can. Trust me, it will save you. It will save your life more than evasion will with this build. And body armor's all right. It's sitting at like 346 evasion with some resistance sprinkled in. It's not amazing, but it's going to get the job done for now. Looking at my amulet again, it gives me 30 extra spirit, which is pretty huge when you're experimenting with a lot of spirit gems. More spirit gives you more options and just more damage overall. I basically love it. And then now the belt. The belt is pretty trash, definitely on the upgrade list. The gloves are pretty decent, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled for something better. Maybe some more res or some extra damage stats. The gear is a work in progress, but it's holding up for a level 40 content. So looking at this passive skill tree, during like the first maybe 15 levels, I would not go all the way down here just yet. I would maybe try and focus on getting some of the evasion first, because this build is very squishy, all right? Like, you will die a lot if you don't have your evasion at least like 70%. So I would maybe go up through the evasion nodes first, get these two first, the cat-like agility, it's just gonna help. And then as you approach getting let's say 25 to 30, I just decided to refund all my passives and just beeline straight for all these spear nodes, all right? These are huge. I saw my damage double when I put all these on. And then, this might be a little controversial, but I did the Dance with Death. I'm not even using a shield, but 25% more skill speed while offhand is empty, and you have a one-handed martial weapon, which is just your spear. You're getting so much extra damage. You're flying those spears so fast. It makes the build feel really good. And then, like, you know, once you beeline it for here, you kind of don't want to focus on any more, like, damage nodes, really. I would try and focus on some survivability. So there's 2 really good nodes right here. It just gives you a decent amount of evasion for just, like, 2 nodes right here. So I thought that was an easy pickup. You should definitely have it. And then, like, the next nodes, if you're still dying quite a bit, just beeline it right over here to get the cat-like agility. Your evasion should be hovering near like 74, 75% as you start getting closer to like 35s and level 35 and getting near to 40. And then you can just take more damage nodes over here. Like we got stand and deliver. Projectiles have 40% increased critical damage bonus against enemies with 2 meters. Like this is going to be pretty big. So there's also some attack damage nodes over here. It also lets us maim on hit. And then we got more movement speed. Movement speed's great. It's going to make the build feel a lot smoother when you're throwing the spears and just, you know, traversing maps overall. But yeah, that's really just about it. It's not that bad. I mean, I only die like maybe first in like the chapter boss or the act boss, my bad. You know, maybe once or twice, but I usually just get through it pretty easily. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I hope you guys like enjoyed this video. I just thought I'd make a video on it because like I've heard a lot of people are struggling with the Huntress. I didn't think it's too bad. It is very squishy at the beginning, and I would maybe try to give this a try. Like I said, this might not work for everybody. Like you really got to avoid not getting hit and dodging. Like, as long as you can throw those spears and not get hit, like, this build's going to be pretty easy. Like, it clears insanely fast. Like, I'd never really have a problem. I'm sure I'm going to experience more issues down the road. But as for right now, I think completing all the way up until, like beating Cruel mode, I could probably get through that and be fine. But, yeah. So that's, like, the rundown on my Huntress 1-button build. You know, it's a blast to play. Monsters basically just melt. Even if bosses make me sweat a bit, I'm still figuring out some of the kinks to it. I'd love to hear what you guys think of it. Have you tried something like this? You know, like, I know they give us, like, the buckler, and, you know, that's what we're kind of, like, you know, being told, like, that's what we need to use. But I just thought, throw that on, get the extra skill speed, and it's booming. Like, I don't need to parry. Like, I'm just throwing spears like crazy. But if you guys got any gear or Ascendancy tips, drop them down in the comments. Let me know down below. If you like this, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. I'll keep you guys posted on how this build evolves. Maybe we'll crack the boss problems together. So that's about it. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great night, guys.